in life. Hey everyone, welcome back to Why We Wonder. I'm Conrad, and today we're going to have one of those real, honest conversations that might just change how you think about your life. I want you to pause whatever you're doing right now. Put down your phone if you're multitasking, close that other tab, and really be here with me for the next 7 minutes. Because today I'm going to ask you some questions that most people spend their entire lives avoiding. The big question we're tackling today is simple but powerful. What do you actually want in life? Not what your parents want for you, not what society expects, not what looks good on Instagram, but what you truly want. And here's the thing. Most of us have never really sat down and figured this out. We're so busy doing what we think we're supposed to do that we forget to ask ourselves what we actually want to do. Let me start with a question, and I want you to really think about this. When was the last time you made a decision based purely on what you wanted, not on what others expected of you? Take a moment. Really think about it. If you're struggling to come up with an answer, you're not alone. Most of us are living our lives on autopilot, following a script that someone else wrote for us. Here's another one. If money wasn't a factor, if you couldn't fail, and if no one would judge you, what would you be doing with your life right now? Write that down. Seriously, pause the video and write it down. Because that thing you just thought of, that's your inner voice trying to tell you something important. The problem is we've gotten really good at drowning out that voice. We tell ourselves we're being realistic or practical, but often we're just being scared. And that's okay. Fear is normal. But living your entire life in fear, that's not living at all. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions that might make you uncomfortable. That's good. Discomfort means growth. Question 1. What are you doing in your life right now just because you think you should? Maybe it's staying in a job you hate because it's secure. Maybe it's pursuing a degree you don't care about because your family expects it. Maybe it's staying in relationships that drain you because you're afraid of being alone. Question 2. What would you regret not trying if you looked back on your life at age 80? This one hits different, doesn't it? Because suddenly all those excuses about being too old or too late start to sound pretty silly when you realize you might have 20, 30, or 40 more years ahead of you. Question 4. What makes you lose track of time? When you're doing what, do hours feel like minutes? That's your passion talking. That's where your energy naturally flows. Pay attention to that. Question 4. What would you do if you knew you only had 1 year left to live? I know it's heavy, but it cuts through all the noise, doesn't it? Suddenly, what other people think doesn't matter so much. Suddenly, playing it safe seems like the riskiest thing of all. Okay, so you're having some realizations right now. Maybe you're feeling excited. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you're feeling both. That's normal. But here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to close this video, feel inspired for 5 minutes, and then go back to living the exact same life tomorrow. So let's talk about what you can actually do with these insights. Step 1, start small, but start today. You don't have to quit your job tomorrow or move to another country next week, but you can take one small step toward what you actually want. Sign up for that class, send that email, have that conversation. Make that call. Step 2, set boundaries with other people's expectations. You're going to disappoint some people when you start living authentically. That's not your problem. That's theirs. You can't live your life trying to make everyone else happy while making yourself miserable. Step 3, invest in yourself. time, money, energy, whatever resources you have, start investing them in the person you want to become, not just maintaining the person you are. Step 4, find your people. Surround yourself with people who support your growth, not people who want to keep you small and safe and predictable. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. Living authentically is harder than living on autopilot. It requires courage. It requires making tough decisions. It requires disappointing people sometimes. But you know what's even harder? Is living a life that isn't yours. Waking up every day knowing you're capable of so much more, but choosing safety over fulfillment. Getting to the end of your life and realizing you spent it being who everyone else wanted you to be. You have one life. One. And it's happening right now, not someday in the future when conditions are perfect. The world needs what you have to offer. Your unique perspective, your specific talents, your particular way of seeing things, that matters. But only if you're brave enough to share it. So, here's my challenge for you. Before you go to bed tonight, take one action, just one, toward the life you actually want. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be real. And remember, every person who ever did anything meaningful started exactly where you are right now, with a choice between staying safe and staying small, or taking a step toward who they're meant to be. What do you really want in life? Stop making excuses and start making it happen. If this video helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more real talk about living your best life. And tell me in the comments, what's one thing you're going to do differently starting today? I'll see you in the next one. Now go make it happen.